Okay, dear viewers, welcome again to our online learning program. Today we are proceeding with another subtopic in mathematics, and that is square root or radicals. Square root or radicals. So that is our subtopic we are going to discuss today. So wapenzi watazamaji, karibuni katika kipindi chetu cha online learning program. Leo tunaangalia kipengele kingine katika somo la hesabu ambacho kinaitwa square root au radical. Square root maana yake ni kipeuo cha pili cha namba, au kwa jina lingine inaitwa kwa Kiingereza radical, kipeuo cha pili cha namba. Kwa wale wanaosoma shule za msingi za Kiswahili zile wanatumia neno hilo, kwamba ni kipeuo cha pili cha namba. Tafuta kipeuo cha pili cha namba fulani. Kwa hiyo ile ndio inaitwa square root katika hizo shule tunazotumia Kiingereza. Sasa hapa definition ya square root anasema kwamba a square root of a number is a value that when multiplied by itself gives that number. So a square root of a number is a value that when multiplied by itself give that number. Kwamba square root ya namba ni ile namba ambayo inapozidishwa yenyewe. Namba wakati inapozidisha yenyewe, basi inaileta ile namba. Kwa hiyo ndio inaitwa ni square root of a number. Kwa hiyo hapa manake unapewa namba fulani, unaambiwa utafuta square root yake. Kwa hiyo lengo la kutafuta ile square root manake ni kutafuta ile namba ambayo ukizidisha yenyewe mara yenyewe itakupa ile namba uliopewa mwanzo, ambayo namba ile uliopewa mwanzo ambayo uliambiwa uitafutie square root yake. Kwa hiyo ndo definition au maelezo haya ya maana ya square root yanavyosema. Sasa tuangalie the symbol. Alama ambayo inawakilisha square root ni alama hii hapa. Nadhani inaonekana na kila mtu na kila mwanafunzi, bila shaka wale ambao wameshawahi kufanya hesabu kama za namna hii, basi watakuwa wanaifahamu hii namba. Hii inaitwa square root. Sawa? Na this symbol, alama hii ambayo unaiona always means positive square root. Kwamba this symbol always means positive square root. Alama hii kwa kawaida au mara kwa mara huwa inamaanisha kwamba hiyo square root utakayoipata basi ni namba ambayo inakuwa ni positive. Namba ambayo mara nyingi inakuwa inadili na positive number. Square root ya namba hizo zinakuwa ni positive number. Kwa huu ndio utangulizi wa ufupi kuhusiana na square root of a number. So now let us see how to find square root of a number. Now let us see how to find the square root of a number. Nadhani hapo nimeeleweka. Kwa hiyo square root au radical yenyewe ni tofauti, na kinyume cha square root ni square of a number. Umeona kinyume chake, yani hizi zinaenda kinyume. Kuna square of a number na square root. Kwenye square, kwa hiyo kinyume cha square, yani jibu la square root ni square of a number. Jibu la square root ni nini? Jibu la square root ni ile square of a number. Ukiambiwa tafuta square of number 5, basi ile ndio jibu la nini? La square root. Sasa hapa square root manake ile namba ambayo umeitafutia square, unatafuta square root yake. Maana unatafuta namba ambazo imezalisha ile namba ambayo ulizidisha yenyewe kwa yenyewe. Kwa mfano ulichukua 5 mara 5, kama find the square of number 5. Find the square of number 5, maana utachukua 5 mara 5. Utapata ngapi? 25. Sasa ile 25 ulioipata ile huku sasa ndo utaambiwa tafuta. Ukitaka kuambia imepatikana vipi ile 25, ndo unaambiwa tafuta square root ya namba 25. Find the square root of 25. So if you find the square root of 25, you will get 5. Ndio maana tunasema kwamba hizi square root ni kinyume cha square of a number. Kwa hiyo hapo nadhani nimeeleweka kwa uzuri. Sasa tuangalie how to solve. Angalia hapa how to solve how to find it. How to find the square root or radicals. Tuangalie jinsi gani ya kuweza kutafuta square root au radicals. Sasa tutaona jinsi ya kutafuta square root au radicals. Square root au radicals kwa kutumia mifano. Example number 1. Nimepewa hapa example number 1. Unaambiwa calculate the square the square root of 144. So in order to find the square root of 144, solution. Now let us write solution. Given, we are going to use that symbol, square root of 144 is equal to how much? Hii inamaanisha square root, tunatakiwa tutafute square root ya 144 ni sawa na ngapi? Sasa actually in solving this type of question there are two types of method you can do. The first method is direct method and the second one is indirect method. It means that you have to use division method in order to find the square root of this number. Direct method is by looking on the mathematical table or by knowing the mathematical table. If you know the mathematical table, actually you automatically will know the square root of number 144 if you know, because you will know that 144 is obtained by taking, when you are looking at the mathematical table, first method. This is first method. First method, mathematical table, multiplication table. From the multiplication table, you will know it. Because 144, this is the same as taking 12 times 12. 144, this is the same as taking 12 times 12. So if you come back from the definition of a square root of a number, you will find that the definition says that a square root of a number is a value that when multiplied by itself, it gives that number. So it's a value. So we have seen that the product. This is the product and these are the number which are used to produce this product. So therefore, by looking there directly from the multiplication table, you will say that a square root, you will say that therefore from multiplication table, a square root of 144 will be is equal to 12. That is the answer. That is the answer. This is the answer. Yes, square root of 144 is equal to 12. You have got the answer from multiplication table, because you know when I take 12, I multiply it by itself, I get 144. That is the first method. Second method is by using a division method. Is by using a division method. In order to find the square root of a number, you can use the division method. Let us see the second method. Second method using division method. Using a division method, how? You take this one, you have given here 144. So you prolong this one. You have to find the square root of this number. In order to find the square root of this number by using this division method, first of all, you have to separate this number. You have to separate the number given into a group of two numbers, starting from the left, starting from the right. Starting from the right, separate them into a group of two digits. So you count them 1, 2. So there you have already separate. You have separated them into a group of two digits or two numbers, starting from the right to left. Starting from the right to left. Now after separating, then you start dealing with this first one. The first one, which is number 1. So you ask yourself, what are the numbers when I multiply? When I multiply by itself, it gives me the answer of 1. Ask yourself, what is the number when I multiplied them by itself, it gives me the answer of 1. Automatically you will say that the numbers are 1, because if you take 1 times 1, you will get, so you put here 1, and also you write here 1. So 1 times 1, you will get 1. Then you take 1 times 1. 1 times 1, you get 1 here, you come, you minus here. You minus, when you minus here, you get 0 or empty. It finish itself. So after that, then you take these two digits down there. You put here 44, you put here 44. And then you start also, after putting there, you take this one, 1 and 1, you plus them, you plus 1 plus 1. 1 plus 1 is equal to how much? 1 plus 1 is equal to how much? 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. Or 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. So now you come again to think. Now is the time again for you to think. Thinking of a number. You have to think of a number. When you multiply itself and these two, you will get 44. Think of a number. When you multiply by itself, the last answer will start with 4 and will end with 4. So that is that, and also when you multiply by these two, you will get 4. Automatically you will say that number is 2. So you take here, you put here 2, and also here 2. So then you start multiplying. 2 times 2, you get how much? 4. 2 times 2, you get how much? 4. Then you have already finished. You are going to minus there. 4 minus 4, 0. 4 minus 4, 0. So it's over. So the top one, so the answer there is 12. So therefore, you will say that from the division method, we've got the square root of 144 is equal to 12. I think we have already finished this one. You see, the same answer. When you compare the first method and the second method, you have got the same answer. So there are two methods actually, and this division method is mainly applicable to solve a greater, to find the number more than 1,000, more than 1, because you can be given a million or 100 million numbers to find the square root of that number. So if you just think of using multiplication table, you will not be able, because multiplication table is not enough. Multiplication table is only for table 1 up to 12 or to table 1 up to 25. But for large number like 1 million or 10,000 and you are required to find the square root of it, actually you have to use this division method. So it is very important for you pupils to understand how to use this division method. So that is for example number 1. Let us go to example number 2. So me, when I solve this question, actually I will use this division method so that you can know it how to use it rather than using a mathematical table. And also mathematical table is applicable when you are using division method, because when you are thinking, you take your mind back to the multiplication table. What number when I multiply by itself I get this one, and so on. So you have to shift your mind to the multiplication table. That's why previously on the video of square of a number, I said that it is very important for pupils to understand or to know the multiplication table. Without knowing multiplication table, my friends, it will be very cumbersome for you to solve this type of question. So now let us go to example number 2. Example number 2 here, you are given a fraction. Find the square root of 263 and 81. Solution. So now we have given a fraction. We are required to find the square root of this one. Very simple given. We have given here what is the square root of this one? 263 over 81. What is the square root of this number? So now we are required to find the square root of this number. So actually, in order to solve this type of number, first of all, you have to ask yourself, what type of fraction have you given here? This is a mixed fraction. This is what? A mixed fraction. So in order to find the square root of a mixed fraction like this one, first of all, you have to change this mixed fraction into improper fraction. Change it from mixed fraction into improper fraction. So now we are going to change it. How do we going to change it? We are going to change as follows. So in order to change this number, take 81 times 2, 81 times 2, and then come plus with 63. 81 plus 81 times 2. You will get here 216. 1 times 2, 2. 8 times 2, 16. Then come to plus with 16. Come to plus there. When you plus there, you get 5. Here 12. And here 1 plus 1 plus 1, 1 plus 1, 2. So 225, you get 225 divided by 81. So now that is the second step. Now that is the second step. So after that one, so what next? What next? You are supposed to separate the square of a number. That's why we say radical. You can separate it. Since it is division, so you can separate it. Separate it. How do we separate? We say here we are supposed to find the square root of that number 205 divided by square root of that number 181. So there, separate this symbol, because this symbol can be separated. Since this operation there is a division, so you can separate to the find separate the square root of 225 and also find the square root of 81. So there we have to find the square root of each number separated. The square root of numerator and this square root of denominator. So there, when we find the actual for this type of question, because it's very simple, we will use direct method from the multiplication table. So we'll think of a number when we multiplied it by itself, it gives us 225. 225. So that number is how much? That number is 15. Because when you take 15 times 15, you will get 225. That is directly from the multiplication table, my friend. So there, you get 15 over square root of 81. Square root of 81 actually is very simple. Just thinking from the multiplication table. What is the number? When you multiply by itself, you get 81. You get 81. Sorry, you get 81, and that is 9. Is what? 9. So now, this is the square root of 235 is 15. The square root of 81 is 9. So now, in order to get to write your answer properly, you have to simplify this, to put back into the mixed fraction. How do we simplify? Then simplify as well. We take the top number divided by the downward, the numerator divided by the denominator. So this is 15. 15 divided by 9, you get, first you can simplify. These are simplifiable by 3. By 3 here you get 5. By 3 here you get 3. So 5 divided by 3, you get how much? It's into 1. 1 times 3, you get 3. Remain how much in order to reach 5? 2. 2 over 3. So therefore, here we'll finish this question by saying that the square root of 263 and 81 is equal to 1, 2 over 3. So that is our answer. Nadhani hapo nimeeleweka kwenye kusolve swali kama hili la fraction. Kwanza utaiandika hiyo fraction, alafu utaibadilisha kutoka katika mixed fraction kuipeleka katika improper fraction, kuipeleka katika sehemu rahisi. Kwa hiyo baada ya hapo unaanza kutafuta square root ya kila moja separately. Unatafuta square root ya kila namba moja, square root ya juu separately na square root ya namba ya chini separately. Utapata hapo ni 15 chini ya 9. Kwa sababu hizi zinarahisishika, ndio maana nikazirahisisha, nikapata hapo kwa 3. Nikarahisisha kwa 3. 3 gawanya kwa 15 unapata 5. 3 gawanya kwa 9 gawanya kwa 3 unapata 3. Kwa hiyo baada hapo unachukua 5 gawanya kwa 3, ukigawanya unapata jibu hilo hapo. Huo ni mfano wa pili. Let us go to example number 3. Example number 3. Example number 3, you are given a decimal number. Find the square. Find the square root of 6.25. Solution. Now we are given it here. We are given here a decimal number 6.25. 6.25. The square root of this number is equal to how much? So also, wakati you solve this type of question, you have to ask yourself, there is a 2 decimal place here. So you have to think of, there are also 2 methods. You can face the first method or the second method. So here you have given 6.25. What is the square root of 6.25? Coming back, because this is directly obtained from by coming back from the first method. When you are looking on the multiplication table, you will find that when you will get 205. When you take 205 is the same as taking 25 plus 25. But now this is for whole number, but you have given a decimal number 6.25. So here there is a decimal here there is a decimal. So in order to get this, and this number which I've given here has two decimal places. One decimal place, second decimal place. So this number which you have asked to find the square root of it, which you have asked to find the square root of it, has two decimal places. And in order, so since this number has a two decimal place, so your answer should be with one decimal place, because when you take a number with one decimal place and you multiply it by itself, you will get two decimal place. So here, since that is the important thing to put in your mind, you have given a number with two decimal place. So the answer, your answer should have one decimal place. For two decimal place, your answer should have one decimal place. For four decimal place, your answer should have a two decimal place. So it depends with how many decimal place have you given. So for this one, we've given 6.25. So it means that the number which will be your answer should have a one decimal place. So here you will put 2.5 and here 2.5. So when you take 2.5 times 2.5, you will get what? 240. 200 and here alternatively you can do as follows. You are given here this one 6.25. In order to do this type of number, change this one from decimal number to fraction. Change 6.2 alternatively. Change this one. When you change this to decimal, you will get 625 divided by 100. For two decimal place, we put over 100. When you change this one, 6.25 into fraction, you will get 600 to 625 divided by 100. So this one, when you divide this one, you will get the same like this one. So now there, solve separately like the previous example. Solve separately. Find the square root of each number separately. Take there. Find first the square root of 625 over square root of 100. So there, when you find the square root there, you will get the following. The square root of 625 is 25. Directly from the table. And also the square root of 100 is 10. So this is your answer. But you have to divide there. But remember, when you are dividing, your answer should be you should put your answer in decimal form, not a fraction. This is a fraction, but when you simplify here, you are supposed to put your answer in a decimal form, decimal number. Your answer should be in a decimal number because what you are given there is a decimal number. So it will be impossible for you to leave your answer in a fraction while you have given there a decimal number. So divide this one, 25 divided by 10. When you divide 25 divided by 10, actually you will get 2.5. So this is a decimal. This is a decimal number. So you know how to divide it. If you don't know, take this one. 25 divided by 10. When you divide it there, you will get 25 divided by 10. Into 2 times 10, you get 25. You get 20. When you minus there, you get 5. So 5 divided by 10 is impossible. You put here decimal and then you add 0 there. So it will be 50. 50 divided by 10. 50 divided by 10, you get 5. 5 times 10, you get 50. So you get 2.5. So therefore, the same answer. The square root, therefore, the square root of 6.25 is equal to 2.1. So this was for our question number 5. So now let me finish with the last example, and this one is concerning also find the square root of that one, but by using division method, because we have given a long number. This is 127,000 number. 127,000 number. So how to find the square root of number like this one? Find the square root of 125, comma. Okay, now you are given a question like that one. You are supposed to find the square root of this number. How do you find the square root of this number? Actually, it's very simple for this one. This is very simple for this one when you use a division method. But when you use multiplication table, you will not be able to find the square root of this number, because this number, it is not contained in a multiplication table. So therefore you have to use division method. Solution. Given, we are given here, we are required to find the square root of this number, 127,000, 449. So what is the square root of this number? Unaambiwa sasa hapa swali la 4 utafute square root ya 127,449. Sasa maswali kama haya, ili kuweza kutafuta square root yake, lazima utumie division method. Division method ndio mkombozi wako hapo kusolve swali kama hilo. Bila kutumia division method au njia ya kugawanya, huwezi kutafuta square root ya hili swali. Kwa hiyo division method unaitumia vipi? Unaitumia kama ifuatavyo. Hapo tunasema kwamba by using division method, kwa kutumia division method, kwa hiyo unaandika namba yako kama hivyo 1, 2, 7 bila kuweka hiyo koma, 4, 4, 9. Hatua ya kwanza, the first step is to separate this number into group of 2 digit or 2 numbers starting from the right to left. Separate it. Kwa hiyo kwanza itenge hii namba katika makundi ya namba mbili kutokea kulia kwenda kushoto. Kwa hiyo utahesabu 1, 1, 2, unaweka koma. 1, 2, unaweka koma. That is the first step. After that, then we start. After that, unaweza hiyo ukairefusha. After that, when we start, after separating it, then we start to ask ourselves, here also, here is the place where multiplication table is very important. Just think of a number. When you multiply by itself, your answer will be 12 or will be nearby 12. A small number which when you multiply by itself, it will give you 12 directly, or if not 12 directly, the number which you will get will be nearby 12. What is that number? Fikiria namba ambayo ukizidisha yenyewe mara yenyewe jibu lake liwe 12 au liwe linakaribia 12. Je, namba hiyo ni namba gani? Kwa hiyo hapo inabidi uweze kucheza na nini? Multiplication table. Kwa hiyo utaanza kujiuliza 3 labda 2 mara 2 napata 4. Bado haijafikia. 3 mara 3 napata 9. Unaenda namba ambayo unaizidisha ni namba mraba, namba ambayo ni ukizidisha yenyewe mara yenyewe. Kwa hiyo 3 mara 3 napata 9. 4 mara 4 napata 16. Kwa hiyo unaona kabisa nikichukua 4 mara 4 imezidi hapa. Jibu linakuja 16. Kwa hiyo hapa ninatakiwa nichukue 3 mara 3. Kwa hiyo naandika hapa 3. 3 times 3. I put here 3. So now I take 3 times 3. I get how much? I get 9. So here I get 9. Then I minus. So I take 12 minus 9. 12 minus 9, you get how much? 3, eh? 3. Yeah, you get 3. So you have already finished. Then you drop this, you shift these two number here down. 4, 7, 4. Now you take 3 plus. After you take 3 plus 3. 3 plus 3, you get how much? You get 6 here. Then think of a number. When you multiply by itself, the answer will be 4. Will start from the left side, from the right side will be 4, and so on. And also will be nearby, will be 374 or nearby 374. Think of that number. So here when you put 2 and here 2, then you take 2 times 2, you get that one, so that will not be enough. When you take 4 and here 4, 4 times 4, when you take 5 and 5, 5 times 5, 20, 5 times 5. So here you just try and try to see, you just trying and error. So you just try to multiply. For example, you take 2 times 2, you will get here the number which is less than this one. So, and also that will not be a appropriate answer. So you have to think another number which will give you nearby 374. So what is that number? So take 5 and 5. So 5 times 5, you get 25. You write 5 there, you carry 2. 5 times the 6, you get 30. 30. And that 32. So you also think of another number. You think of another number. 6 and 6. 6 times 6, 36. 6 times 8, 36. So 6 is it will be greater than this one. So take 5. Put here 5. And then you put here 5. So now 5 times 5, you will get 25. You carry 2. 5 times 6, you will get 30. And that is 32. You see, this number is nearby this. Okay. Now let us finish here. By division method, we have seen that here we put 5. 5 times 5, 25. We carry 2. 5 times 6, 32. So therefore we minus here. We take we borrow 1 here. 14 minus 5, we get 9. Here remains 6. 6 minus 2. 6 minus 2, you get 4. 3 minus 3, finish it. Then you shift down these 2 digits here. The last one. 4 and 9. We shift down. After that, what we are doing now, we take this one, 35, 65 plus 5. 65 plus 5. So when you plus there, you get how much? You get 7. So now you come to think again of a number. When you multiply by itself, the last number will give you 49. When you multiply, your answer will start with the last number will start with 49. And that number is, when you think properly, with the skills of mathematics table, you will see that that number is 7. So you put here 7 and you put here 7. So now you come to finish. 7 times 7, you get 49. 7 times 0, 0. So here 7 times 7, 49. 7 times 7, you get 0. And 7 times 7, 7 times 7, we get 49. We write here 9, we carry 4. We take 7 times 0, 7, and that 4, 4. So we take 7 times 7 is 49. So now you come to finish here, minus. When you minus here, you get your question is over. So therefore, the answer is that one. the answer is that one. So we've seen here from our example that the square root of 127,449 is equal to 357. So when you multiply 357 by itself, you will get this number. Kwa hivi ndivyo jinsi tunapokuwa tunasolve maswali kama haya. Swali kama hili mfano wa 4 umepewa, unaambiwa tafuta square root ya hiyo hapo. Kwa hiyo kitu cha kwanza unaandika njia, baada ya hapo unaandika kile ulichopewa, umeambiwa utafuta square root ya kipeuo cha pili cha namba hii hapa. Sasa hapa ili kuweza kufanya swali kama hili lazima utumie division method. Division method ndio kama hii ambayo nimeichora hapa. Kwa hiyo utaiandika namba yako bila kuweka hii koma, umeona? Utaiandika namba yako bila kuweka hiyo koma. Baada ya hapo bila kuweka hii koma utaiandika hapa, utaiandika namba yako bila kuweka koma. Baada ya hapo sasa unaanza kugawanya hiyo namba ambayo umeipewa, utafutie square root yake katika makundi ya namba mbili mbili. Kwa hiyo tutaanza kuhesabu kutokea kulia kwenda kushoto. 1 2 tunaweka koma sasa. 1 2 tunaweka koma. Kwa hiyo hapa sasa inakuwa umeshaigawanya katika makundi ya namba mbili mbili. Kwa hiyo baada ya hapo unaanza kujiuliza namba ambayo ukizidisha yenyewe mara yenyewe jibu lake liwe 12. Je, namba hiyo ni ipi? Kwa hiyo ndio unafikiria kwenye table. Ndio nikasema lazima ujue table, mathematical table. Kwa hiyo namba yenyewe ukianza kwa 2 mara 2 unapata 4, 3 mara 3 9, 4 mara 4 16. Kwa hiyo utaanza utaona 4 mara 4 inazidi. Kwa hiyo unachukua 3 mara 3, 3 mara 3 unapata 9. 9 unachukua 12 unatoa 9, unapata ngapi? 3. Baada ya hapo unashusha zile namba mbili zile za upande wa kulia zile unazishusha. Unashusha 7 na 4 unashusha hapo, kwa hiyo unapata 374. Ukishapata 374 kinachofanyika hapo unachukua hii 3 yako hii unaijumlisha na hii 3. 3 jumlisha 3 unapata 6, ndio hii. Tukapata 6 hapo. Baada ya hapo sasa tukafikiria namba tena ambayo tukizidisha yenyewe mara yenyewe jibu lake lije 374 au ikaribie 374. Tukafikiria ngapi? Tukafikiria ukisema 4 na kwa pungufu, ukisema 5 ndo tunapata, ukisema 6 itazidi zaidi ya hiyo. Kwa tukaishia hapa kwa nini? Tukaona 5 ndo namba yenyewe ndo namba yenyewe ambayo inatakiwa. Kwa hiyo tukachukua 5 mara 5. 5 mara 5 tukapata 25. Tukaandika 5 tukashika 2. 5 mara 6 30, ile 32. Baada ya hapo tukatoa. Kwa hiyo tumetoa hapa sasa, tumechukua 4 toa 5 inawezekana tunakopa na kwa 14, ukitoa 5 unapata 9. Hapa ibaki ngapi? 6. 6 ukitoa 2 4. 3 toa 3 imekufa 0. Kwa hiyo unapata 49. Hii hapa 49. Kwa tukashusha tena zile namba mbili za mwisho zile 4 na 9 tukaishusha hapa. Baada ya hapo sasa hapa tulikuwa tumepata 65, ndio ikatuletea hii. Baada ya kushusha sasa unachukua hii 65 hii unajumlisha na ile 5 kama tulivyojumlisha mwanzo. 3 jumlisha 3 tukapata 6 hii hapa. Sasa ili kuweza kupata namba ya hapa tunachukua hii 65 tunaijumlisha na hii 5. Kwa hiyo 5 jumlisha 65 unapata 70, ndio hii hapa. Baada ya hapo tukafikiria sasa namba ambayo tukizidisha yenyewe mara yenyewe basi jibu lije 40, jibu la mwisho liwe 49 au jibu lije hili 4900. Tukiongezea hapa kwenye hii 70 tukija kuizidisha basi jibu lije hili hapa, au na namba ya mwisho iishie 49. Ndio tukasema ngapi? 7. Kwa hiyo tukachukua 7 na hapa tukashusha 7. Kwa hiyo 7 mara 7 tukapata ngapi? 49. 7 mara 7 49. Unaandika 9 unashika 4. 7 jumla 7 mara 0 0 na 4 inakuwa 4. Unakuja kumalizia 7 mara 7 49. Baada ya hapo unatoa. Kwa hiyo ukitoa hapo hizi zote zinakufa. Kwa hiyo kile kinachokuwa juu ndio jibu lako. Kwa hiyo jibu hapa sasa tunapata kumbe square root ya 127,449 ni sawa na ngapi? 327. Kwa hiyo ndio square root ya namba yetu hii. Kwa hiyo namba kama hii ukipewa namba mikubwa kama hii basi lazima utumie njia hii kwa wewe mwanafunzi wa shule ya msingi, kwa sababu huruhusiwi kuingia na calculator kwenye chumba cha mtihani. Calculator yako ni kuijua table. Kwa hiyo lazima utumie njia hii, na ili uweze kuijua hii njia lazima ujue mathematical table. Ndio maana kuna umuhimu mkubwa sana wa mwanafunzi kujua mathematical table. Bila kujua multiplication table, my friend, bila kujua multiplication table, to mathematical table, multiplication table, rafiki yangu, utaona somo la hesabu gumu sana, kwa sababu mtu ambaye amehifadhi multiplication table kichwani kwake, huyu mtu ni sawa sawa ana calculator kichwani. Kwa hiyo multiplication table ndio itakayokusaidia wewe kuweza kujibu maswali vizuri na kuweza kufanya vizuri na kuhakikisha. Kwa hiyo ukitaka unaweza kuhakikisha, chukua hii zidisha nyema na yenyewe itakuletea jibu hilo hapo. Kwa hiyo hapo nadhani nimeeleweka. Sasa kinachobaki hapa kwako wewe kwa upande wako ni homework. Now is the time for you to do homework, because we've already finished and I've already show you how to calculate, how to find the square root of a number using both methods. The first method, that is direct method, looking from the mathematical table, or finding the answer from the mathematical table, and the second method is by using long division method, So now is a time for you to do your homework. Now let me give you homework, and why I'm giving you homework, in order to test yourself that if you have understood the lesson very well or not. So that is the purpose of me giving you homework. So now, my friend, pay attention and copy this homework in your exercise book or white plain paper, and then solve them. After that, photocopy that, take a picture of that paper, and then send it through my WhatsApp number. Homework. The question says that find the square root of the following number. Find the square root of the following number. This is the question. So now they've given here number 1, 196. Number 2, number 2, 9, 24, 20, 25. Number 3, 0, 20, 0, 0, 4, 9. Number 4, 9, 25. And the last one, here, 4, 6, 7, 8, 56. So these are the questions. You are required to find the square root of this number. So that is the end. That is the end. So use any method that you have learned here to solve this type of question. It is very important for you to solve this question very well. And then after finishing, take a photo, take a picture of this question, and then submit it or send it through my WhatsApp number. Kwa hiyo fanya maswali haya, ukishamaliza kufanya tuma kupitia fanya kwenye karatasi nyeupe. Hii hapa ni fanya kwenye karatasi nyeupe au kwenye daftari au kwenye karatasi, alafu piga picha. Ukishapiga picha unitumie mimi kwenye namba yangu ya WhatsApp. Also remember to subscribe. Kumbuka kusubscribe katika channel hii kwa ajili ya vitu vizuri kama hivi. Nadhani wewe kama mwanafunzi utakuwa unafurahia kupata vitu kama hizi, hasa kipindi hiki cha likizo ambapo shule zimefungwa. Kwa hiyo unasoma kupitia njia ya mtandao ukiwa uko nyumbani. Kinachotakiwa wewe tu uhakikishe kwenye simu yako kuna bando la kutosha, basi uweze kuangalia hii video na kuweza kujifunza zaidi. Na maswali kama haya huwa yanatoka kwenye mitihani. Kwa hiyo nawatakia siku njema na mafunzo yatakuwa mazuri.